Hare Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Radha Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radha Vrindavan Chandra Radhe जगन्नाथ बलसोदरा महारानी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्रील प्रभुपाद की महावेद गौर भक्त वृंद की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावरण्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Recently, I spoke a lecture on the danger of digital media. I was not fully satisfied because I had spoken about sufficient evils of social media, but I hadn't spoken sufficiently about how to counteract it. It's like telling you the problem and running away. Huh? And then you wonder, my Lord, Prabhuji has told all problems, what to do now? You will not have any solution. So I thought I will, I didn't publish it. I thought I will re-speak it today with more depth so that we will be able to have some plan of action by which we can bring about a change. It's a good idea? Yeah. Therefore, first I am planning to start a little bit about this mind and chitta difference, which are very, very important. See, the Shastras don't see life superficially, as the modern people see life very superficially. If you are going to think about happiness superficially, you will always see that many harmful and dangerous things give you happiness instantly. And those things which give genuine happiness, they don't give instant happiness. Say, for example, you grow a plant. You water the plant, it grows into a tree, then it gives mangoes. Yeah? It's called as law of the farm and law of the school, we call it. Law of the farm is what? You grow a plant gradually, in the long run, it produces a lot of fruits, everybody can benefit. Law of the school means cram and vomit. Correct, no? Imagine in your school or college, if you just cram, vomit, and get marks, and earn a degree and go, later on when you go to company, you won't have the fun days of the subject. Correct, no? At that time, you'll be scratching your hair, going to boss and saying, boss, how to solve this? Boss will ask, hey, you don't know this? Such a small thing. Huh? You studied in trigonometry, you studied in, so in your college, school days, college days, such a small problem you're coming to me? Because the fun days are not clear. Correct, no? So cramming and vomiting may be a very easy thing to do. And also it is very good for show off also, isn't it? But it doesn't serve the purpose when you really want to do some genuine good work. Correct, no? On the other hand, law of the farm means, like we say, Rome was not built in a day, we say, no? It takes time. Daily you water the plant, you fence it, you put manure. It takes time, gradually. Similarly, nowadays people are trying to, although it's true that in farm it takes time, but people are not patient. They want quick. So if you see kaddu is this much long, the real kaddu. They give oxygen injection, boom, it becomes like this. You've seen that? So then when you open that vegetable inside, it's all like cotton. There is no nourishment in there. So that means if you quickly do something without giving it due time. See, you can prepare halwa in 15 minutes also. Possible or not? And you can prepare the same halwa in 2 hours by putting in low flame. Like this, like this, like this, you do it. 2 hours halwa will be like, it will fly in the air. It will be so soft. Correct, na? Isn't it? He's our head of the kitchen, he knows it. And halwa, you make in 15 minutes, it will be like rubber. Correct, na? Both you call it halwa, halwa, both are halwa, but you know what is what, isn't it? So, similarly, you will see that those things which give happiness instantly, they are very harmful often. Like you see, the uh, samosa, or pasta, pastries, and all this pizza and all those things, especially the junk food items. If you see, they give instant taste to the tongue. Correct, no? But then subsequently go to doctor. Doctor will say, "Oh, you're eating all this. It's not good for you. Your body will grow in all four directions, huh? Uncontrollably, huh? When you eat these things." And you will see that. You see in the mirror your body size how it's going. Huh? You will see that. On the other hand, eating salads, eating natural vegetables and everything, the fruit juices, drinking natural juices, correct now, and freshly cooked food and all these things, very few people are. I mean, there is a lot of talk about this. Very people are implementing them, correct now. Nowadays, even educated people, many people know what is right, what is wrong, but implementing few people do. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita says, "Yehi samsprashaja bhoga kayone evate adyantavantah kaunteya natesharamate buddha." This one verse you can read, the fifth chapter. Krishna says that the contact of the senses and sense objects is a source of pain. From beginning to end, it can cause a lot of pain. He says, on the other hand, he says, Natesharamate Buddha, intelligent people do not let the senses, casually or carelessly float towards the sense objects. Knowing well that what is beginning as an instant pleasure will eventually become a great pain in the long run. So, and then you can also read this 18.38, that Prabhupada says, that purport very nice it is. He says, Vishayendriya samyogat yadadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tatsukam rajasam smritam. And then the verse previous to that, 18.37, there Krishna says, Yad, he's saying, Yadadagre vishamiva parinamo amritopamam tatsukam satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. These two verses are very, very important verses. So in the 18.38 says, when you come in contact with the sense objects, amrutapamam, it looks like nectar, the beginning, but it turns into poison. On the other hand, when one has to do certain activities which are poison in the beginning, but eventually becomes nectar. Like rising early in the morning is like poison in the beginning, but eventually you feel fresh, you become, healthy, body, mind, soul, everything becomes healthy when you do sadhana and everything. So that is painful in the beginning, correct or not? Especially if it is cold winter, correct, no? But if you get up and do similarly doing yogasanas or exercises, often we neglect it because it's boring. But it is very healthy if you do that, correct, no? It's healthy. Similarly, chanting may be very painful, like climbing a mountain, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. When you sit with devotees and chant, it becomes easy. Otherwise, you have 5, 6 rounds remaining in the evening. How do you feel? Chanting alone, how many of you feel it's little difficult? Correct, no? Yeah. But although it is difficult, if you do it, your mind is purified, then you feel very happy. Oh, I have completed my round successfully. Similarly, a child in the morning when he gets up from the bed, he will start. You've seen that? But the mother takes him to the bathroom and bathes him. After bathing, after dressing, and after putting powder, everything, mother puts kajal, everything. Then after the child will be smiling. After that, you will see that. Because he's purified now. Correct, no? But he's not ready for purification in the beginning. So, what is painful eventually becomes pleasurable. And what is pleasurable, like for example, there Prabhupada writes about a boy and girl looking at each other and they become attracted and they talk to each other, what's your name, what is my name, and then they develop a desire to embrace, kiss, and eventually the outcome doesn't come out well, he says. It becomes terrible. It can lead to abortion, it can lead to quarrel between families, it can become police case, it can become so many other problems, he says. So that means contact of senses and sense objects may be pleasurable in the beginning but becomes poisonous at the end. And on the other hand, responsibility being dutiful. All these things may be painful in the beginning, but in the long run, they produce good results. Correct? No? So that's why one should be a long, like I'll tell you, for example, so one job is giving you 1 lakh per month. Another job is giving you only 60,000 per month. Immediately, most people will choose which one. Yeah, correct. No? I am getting a better pay. But you have to see which company is giving you the job and what are your long term growth prospects. Correct. No? Like imagine the 1 lakh wala company is giving you 1 lakh for next 10, 15 years. And the 60,000 wala company is giving you 60 now. And within 1 year, it's going to, after 1 year of your proving yourself, it becomes 1 lakh. And then after 3 years, it becomes 2. And after 5 years, it becomes 4. Correct, no? 4 lakh per month. So then a smart fellow, he will go for 60,000 job. Correct, no? So you should see long term or short term. That is intelligence. Correct, no? Now, not only you have to see long term, now you find, okay, this 60,000 wala job, the growth prospects are, you know, better and better. At the same time, the risk of the job also, if you don't show your talents, if you cannot prove yourself, and they have a record of laying off in thousands. You know, you have seen that this company lays off but the other company which gives you, 1 lakh wala job, that job actually doesn't lay off very easily. It's a steady job and it is exactly fitting your talent. It's going to be there for your 10 years also. You'll be very stable job. Then you have to think of which is stable. Correct? No? That means there is one factor or many factors? Many factors. You have to be a thinker. Correct? No? Similarly, here you see this mind and chitta. What is the difference? The mind is manas and chitta. They're closely related, but there's a clear-cut difference. You see, the mind is a part of the subtle body. You all know this. It perceives, processes, stores information, experiences, and all. It acts like an intermediary between senses and the intellect. You all know that. The senses collect information from the external world and they give it to mind. Mind is like this. And these 5 senses are like this. All the 5 senses give, information to the mind. Yeah, it's a seat of emotions, desires, likes and dislikes, raga, dvesha. Like if you see a delicious sweet, your mind desires to eat it because it remembers the pleasure from before. And chitta, what is chitta? It's a storehouse of impressions. See the difference between the two. Mind is thinking, feeling faculty, whereas chitta is not a faculty, it's a storehouse of memory. It's called subconscious mind, chitta. Chitta is a deeper layer of the mind, subconscious mind, where all past experiences, thoughts, and samskaras are stored. It's like a hard disk. Correct? No? It's a hard disk where you can store and keep things. Like you have external hard disk, you have, correct? No? You put and keep it. So you store and keep like that. The chitta is like that. It is often called the subconscious mind or memory bank, smriti. Whatever we think, feel, or experience leaves an impression in chitta, which later influences our thoughts, actions, and tendencies. See, your thoughts, action, tendencies arise when you are giving external sensory input. Correct, no? Which is well known. But chitta, after storing from inside, it gives to the mind. It's like the bubbles coming to the surface of a lake from inside. So once you store in chitta, there will be, like for example, you close your eyes, you don't see any external object with your eyes. But then from chitta, you can get forms and impressions coming. You understand, no? That's what he's saying about the chitta. It plays a key role in meditation and spiritual progress. Purifying chitta leads to liberation. Chitta vritti nirodha, he says. Because when the chitta is compared to a lake, in that lake, if the surface is without ripples, then the full moon can exactly reflect on that. Then you can see the full moon. But if the ripples come, you cannot see the moon properly. It looks like moon is cut into pieces. It looks like that. So Lord's form cannot be seen in a chitta which is disturbed. So even if we don't consciously think about sweets, the chitta holds past memories of certain sweets and eating them. When a trigger, slight smell, for example, one man was told that you are old now, you are already 80. You should not eat this pakoda, bhaji, samosa and all. No? But then in the same home, his grandchildren are there, his son's wife, they are also living in the same house. So they were making pakoda. And then this was lying in the bed. Then he's saying, what is this fragrant smell piercing my nose? He was asking. Because pakoda smell, because he's very fond of pakoda. So that's a trigger, you see, the smell. Can I get little bit? Then he starts with little bit and then he ends up eating lots. Correct, no? So that's how then the mind recalls the memories from the chitta. Why now how this fellow is attracted to pakoda now? Because he already has experience of eating pakoda before. That's why he wants to eat again. Correct, no? He knows it's problematic, but he's unable to give up. You see? Now see the difference. Thinking, perceiving, reacting is mind. Whereas storing impressions in subconscious mind. And it's active, fluctuating, reactive stimuli, that is mind. Whereas chitta means passive, deep, holds past experiences. That's the way the chitta is. Huh? Mind, the role is controlling sensory inputs, making decisions. Huh? This we can do with the mind. Huh? Whereas the chitta, it retains memories and influences thoughts and habits. Huh? Powerfully it influences. Huh? Like for example, if you have stored a lot of good sanskaras, they will keep coming up and they will actually positively influence your thoughts and behavior also. And if we have stored in the past a lot of bad sanskaras, then they make you helpless practically, correct now? They arise and they control your behavior. That's what he's saying. So, how to purify the manas? Controlling through focus and self-discipline. Actually, mind can be discipline. Abhyasena kaunteya, vairagyana cha grishyate. So, feeding and fencing. Like for a plant, how do you feed? You feed water, you feed manure like gobar, you feed sunlight, these are all feeding. And how do you fence it? Put a fence around it. Don't let any goats put them out, correct now? And also prevent the plant from any insects or anything like that, correct now? So feeding and fencing. Same with your mind also. Now what do you feed to the mind? You all know that. What kind of books you read, what kind of friendships you give, what type of movies you watch. These are inputs. Any sensory input you are giving, you have to be very watchful. Now, is it positive, pure, favorable, uplifting input, or is it negative, toxic, unfavorable, dangerous input? Correct, no? So those things we can deal with the mind like that. Therefore, we say substitute bad input by positive inputs, good inputs. Correct, no? You all know the Gigo principle. So that is for the mind. Whereas for the chitta, you know, how do you purify it? Purify it through meditation and self-realization. So the meditation that we all do is a chanting. So uh, chanting might be difficult, but if you do it, it gradually will sink into the subconscious mind and it is going to modify it. Huh? So things which are unwanted, toxic things already you have stored in the past unknowingly. Huh? So those things are going to be cleansed. That's why that video of the Florida University, it says that the chanting of Hare Krishna, it relieves the students of stress, depression, bad habits, and addictions. Four things he says. Huh? Because these are all there in the subconscious mind. Huh? Stress, depression, bad habits, addictions. Everything is cleansed by chanting. So it goes down to the chitta, you see. See, the mind creates thoughts, but it's chitta that stores these thoughts as impressions. There is a little more information. Yeah. Mind is controlled through discipline and focus. Discipline means sleeping early, rising early, you know, and deciding what to eat, what not to eat. That is discipline. And another thing is the focus. Focusing mind. Uh, distracted mind cannot do any good. Focused mind will do good. By this, mind becomes controlled. See, mind must be controlled, chitta must be purified. Yeah, exact word is used. You see, mind must be controlled by two things: focus and discipline. Gaining focus in the world of distractions. So one is like a lens. Unless you focus it, you cannot burn the paper. Huh? So the mind means try to focus it. And another thing you do with the mind is control the mind from running away for sense gratification. Correct? Not by discipline. So focus and discipline. You can remember the two words for the mind. And for the chitta, chitta must be purified. Because if chitta purified, see, for example, there's a white bulb. You put a yellow paper, all light that will come out will be yellow light. You put red paper, it will be red. If you put black, it comes black. So the same manner, chitta already has certain things, colored. It's colored by Rajoguna, Tamaguna, or Sattva-guna. So we have to purify it. Once it is purified, then only, chitta will do useful things for us. So when both are mastered, one attains self-realization and Krishna consciousness. So how to purify the chitta? Let us still learn little more. See, the first thing that is given here, hearing and chanting Krishna's glories. Mat chitta mad gata prana bodhayanta parasparam. That Krishna uses the word mat chitta. You see? So when my devotees always speak about me with great pleasure and satisfaction, and thus their minds remain absorbed in me. See, the way of purifying chitta is to absorb it in Krishna Katha. So my chitta can be compared to a sponge. Sponge, you can absorb it in water. Correct, no? So when you are absorbing it in water, then the sponge which holds that water, similarly with the chitta can. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Tvad birya gayana mahamrita magna chitta. See, my chitta is magna in what? In virya guna, gayana. In glorifying your pastimes, my chitta is magna, he's saying. That's the secret of purifying the chitta. Similarly, he says, Bhaktim muhu pravahataam tvaime prasango bhuyadananta mahatam amalashayanam yenancha solbanavaru vyasanam bhavabdhim neshye bhavat gunakata amritapana mattaha, is saying. Neshye bhavat gunakata amrita. By your gunakatha amritam, pana matta, my chitta has become matta. Matta means what? Mad. My chitta has become mad in tava guna katamrita. In talking about your name, form, qualities, pastimes, and activities, my mind is becoming mad in those glories. That means the chitta can uh, become mad for a woman or can become mad for the Lord. Correct, no? So, in this way, that is because of absorption of the chitta. So, that's one secret is given. And the second one which is given, surrendering to Krishna. That's another way. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam shranam. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me, Krishna says that. So surrendering to Krishna's will, that will is the most important word, destroys negative karmic impressions, vasanas. Because Krishna says, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishami. That are stored in the chitta. There's a lot of negative karmic vasanas stored in the chitta. On our own, we are finding it helpless. We are becoming helpless puppets in the hands of those old vasanas. But when we surrender to Krishna's will, now what is Krishna's will? Krishna says, surrender to my devotee and be guided by my devotee. Tadviddhi, pranipatena, correct, no? Pariprashnena sevya. He says, go to your devotee and surrender to him and then ask questions and render service. So Krishna says many things, what you should do, what you should not do in the Gita. So make a list of things that Krishna tells you. What all he says. He says that devotee means you should, one should, Eme matamidam nityam anutishtanti manavaha. Those manavas who follow my instructions, Krishna says they will, muchante te karma, they will become liberated. Correct, no? So in this way, understand Krishna's instructions in the Gita and implement many things he says. He says that karmanneva mahaphaleshu. Focus on your duties, don't worry about the result. That's one instruction. Another place it is about equanimity. Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Mana, Apamana. In these situations, what you should do? Tams. Uh, you know, you control yourself. Don't unnecessarily get agitated. So like this, many instructions he is giving. So the more you surrender to Krishna's will, Krishna takes responsibility for your old karmic impression vasanas. He says, Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo kshishami. That's the second thing it is said. And third thing is here, service and selfless action, seva and nishkama karma yoga. Tasma dasakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Here he says that one who performs duty without attachment attains the supreme. So actually selfless service, seva, burns past impressions also in the chitta. Now, how do you know somebody is doing selfless seva? He is eager to do seva, but he doesn't worry about whether his name will come, whether he doesn't have any hetu for getting out of it. Like somebody says, Prabhu, I will do backup in the deity room, but you have to give me Mahaprasad. That's a condition. Then I will do. So that means you have a hetu. Or somebody says, Prabhu, I will, distribute books, but don't put my name in the team. Put my name separately. Some people say like that, correct? No? Sometimes we have some hate to why we do what we do. Huh? Or somebody thinks, Prabhuji, I agree to give one-time program in the college. And the mind is thinking, I will dress very smartly and I'll impress all the boys. Huh? And in this way, I'll become a great motivational speaker. And I'll get a lot of applauses and a lot of following. With that hate, if you do, there are some boys who are more interested in how I speak more than what the content they give. You agree? With that hetu, if they speak, spiritual benefit will be very minimal. Correct, no? Because their material motive keeps them thinking more about not God, more about themselves. They think more about themselves. How do I look like? How is my English? How I speak? How I move my hands? Are the boys impressed enough? Who appreciated me? What they said. That means it's more of what consciousness, me consciousness, not Krishna consciousness. So that means, the seva should be done with selfless attitude. Also, selflessness means sometimes you silently do a seva, nobody comes to know that you did it. Nor are you eager to tell others that you did it. Correct, no? So do some service like that and see, it will powerfully cleanse the chitta. Because it is between you and Krishna only. It's a silent thing, secret thing. My Guru Maharaj was telling one example. There is one, Kulangna Mataji, one Mataji in London. She makes round cakes, small round cakes, and in that she used to make some design, correct, no? Like peacock feather, and like that, small cakes. And sometimes she'll put a flute and things like that. And then offer to Radha Landaneshwar. Maharaj said many times when the prasad is brought, sweet for people to pick it and put in the mouth, nobody sees what is there on the top, correct, no? But Maharaj said one person is seeing it. Who? It's a service very, paying special attention to service is a sign of love. Krishna will notice it. Now that takes time to make it. Like you go to Pandharpur, Radha Pandarinath, there is one devotee who makes this for the Lord, that Dhatu Praval and Atavesham Anuvartamse, very nice design. And the leg also, a lot of feet of the Lord also. I heard it takes time to make it. It may take sometimes 1 hour also. But he patiently does it for the Lord. Any service patiently done without any motivation, done with affection, these things have a powerful effect on the chitta. It is between you and the Lord directly. And you are not doing it to impress anybody. The moment you want to impress somebody, then the weight of your service gets reduced. Moment you argue with people, where is my name, where is this? Some people do that, but they don't know that they're losing the real result. You understand the point? Yeah. Now you see here. So chanting Hare Krishna, it purifies the mind, it focuses and steadies the mind, which is good because mind, I told you 2 things. You have to focus and you also have to discipline. So it does it. But it purifies the chitta, removes deep-rooted impurities, you see. And then sadhu sangha, it inspires higher thinking. Sadhus can tell you, don't, just keep doing eating, sleeping, waiting, defending Prabhu. Think about the goal of life. But then it transforms subconscious tendencies. Now, what is subconscious tendencies? In your subconsciousness, there are already perceptions about things. There are scripts. For example, our Abhay Babu, when he met Bhaksan Thakur, he was thinking about freedom struggle. But then when Bhaksan Thakur spoke to him, he told about Krishna consciousness' urgency, it cannot wait. So in one meeting, immediately he showed to him that freedom struggle is not that important. Krishna consciousness is all important. And immediately he changed the subconscious script about the freedom struggle thing that went out. And instead, Krishna consciousness is the urgency that came in. How do you know? When Prabhupada went to America, Krishna is the urgency. Krishna is everywhere he was preaching there, correct? No? That means the new script has come. The old script is gone. From Desh Prem to Krishna Prem in one meeting only. You can see that, correct? No? So that means the sadhu sangha is very powerful. Mrigari, he was a cruel meat eater and everything. And then after one meeting with Narada, that meat eating program went off. Correct, no? Killing the animals. Cruelty script turned into compassion. Correct, no? Like that. So similarly, Bhagavatam, reading, hearing, what happens? It engages mind in spiritual topics. That way mind gets suitable, good engagement. It is not it takes you away from bad engagements because If you're reading Bhagavatam, you won't be able to read cinema books or novels or something like that. Correct, no? At the same time, for the chitta, what it does, it cleanses past karmic impressions. Just see, huh? Hearing the Bhagavatam. It says, Shoka Moha Bhaya Apaha. Yasyam vai Shruyamanayam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Utpadyate Pumsam Shoka Moha Bhaya Apaha. So it also awakens love for God, bhakti, but along with that, your lamentations of the past, illusions of the present, and fears of the future, everything is washed away by hearing Bhagavatam. Nashta prayeshu abhatreshu, it says. Nityamagoseva. And controlling the senses, you make an effort to control your senses. That actually can prevent you from distractions, like the tortoise. It withdraws the senses inside. So you don't have outside distractions, correct, no? You all are living in a sangha of devotees here, and you control your senses from going in wrong direction, then you can get focus, correct, no? That means you have seen this cubicle, students sit and study in library. Why they have the cubicle? It's like a horse having this eye blinder. They why they put for the horse? Anybody knows? Avoid distraction. Otherwise, the horse will go to eat grass. It won't go where you want to go, isn't it? Now it's talk, 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 talk. It goes like that. And this is what the tuition center fellows do. If you see tuition center people, you go and join this gate coaching, they will drill you like anything. They will, I go to the CA coaching people to teach those children there. Those students, morning 7 to evening 7, they are sitting in the same hall, same seat. How many hours it is? So they will drill you like that. That's how they crack and they become CA and later. So in this way, because they have complete focus, no other distraction. So prevents distraction. And what happens with chitta? It reduces material conditionings. Because the conditioning means a tendency or a propensity which is there. How many of you have seen you don't want to do something, but still your mind and doesn't go towards that direction? You have experience of that? And that is called conditioning. So that conditioning is being cleansed when you control the senses. But if you indulge the senses, you are increasing the bad conditioning. Correct, no? Yeah. And then selfless service engages the mind positively and burns karmic vasanas. And finally, Bhakti Yoga, surrender to Krishna, dissolves mental restlessness. That means mind becomes calm, cool, collected by doing Bhakti Yoga. Mind becomes like you feel serene and peaceful and calm. By doing Bhakti, it awakens very positive feelings. And what happens to Chitta? I'll show the full chart. I will show you the screen. Yeah, this is the full thing. Purify subconscious completely. Completely. It's dhunoti, shamalam Krishna. Dhunoti means washes completely. Like your experience of, if you're eating in this hall, later on you sweep it and then you throw water, correct, no? You put phenol and everything. Dhunoti completely. Bhakti Yoga will wash away all the unwanted impressions. So it starts from chanting Hare Krishna, all this. I love these items, different items, correct, no? What it does in the mind, what it does in chitta. So there are many practical activities given there. You are all doing many of the things you are already doing, so I don't have to tell you. So now let's go and get into the PPT now. Now we will appreciate this point now. See, social media, from digital slavery to digital mastery. So you want slavery or mastery? And therefore, we are going to discuss this now. An average Indian youth, how much they spend every day on social media? Here is written 45 hours. Isn't it? So, what begins as a fun, silently begins controlling us. Like we say, habits are, cobwebs in the beginning and they become cables. You're tied up by them, like that. Transforming from innocent entertainment into a powerful force that shapes our minds, behaviors, and futures. See, when Aghasura was lying with his lower lip on the ground, upper lip in the clouds, Aghasura, in what form he was existing? Big snake, Vyala Rakshasa. It was like this. Coward boys saw, hey, what is this new tar road which has come, which is a rosy road? Huh? They were asking, huh? Have you seen a road rose color? Huh? Have you seen? No, that road was rose color road. Huh? So boy said, hey, roads are supposed to be in tar, black. Huh? Why is it? It's rose. They said, maybe a new road is made. Huh? They were thinking. And then another boy said, hey, this looks like a Parvat Vishesh. Huh? Looks like very attractive, series of mountains. It looks like that. Hey, this is one area of Vrindavan we have never come. Huh? This particular locality. Come, let's go inside this and play. So they started going in. Huh? While going in, one boy was another boy said, hey, for me, this mountain looks like a long snake which has its lips up and one lip up and one lip down. Huh? He said like that. Have you seen mountains like that sometimes? And the way long mountain looks like elephant. You've seen, no? Elephant's head. So he said, this looks like a snake. And then he said, hey, better we don't go inside, he said. So somebody said we can go, somebody said we shouldn't go. Finally, one boy said that, you see, Bakaman Menakshasi, in case this is an Asura, Krishna will kill him. Saying that, clapping hands, singing, they went and Krishna was watching. Finally, Krishna also entered with them because they are lovers of Krishna, correct? No? So Krishna also entered with them. Once they went in, it closed the this thing, mouth. Correct? Everybody was inside. Of course, Krishna saved them. Now, for because Krishna was with them, Krishna rose them back to life again and brought them out. Similarly, two great personalities you can see, they took great risk for Krishna's sake. One is Srila Prabhupada entering into America, which is like Agasura's mouth. Correct, no? And another person is Hanuman entering Lankaya. But both these personalities you will see, although they are entering into the mouth of Agasura, you will find that their focus on Krishna's mission was never taken away. This is the point. That means even if you enter into social media, sometimes you have to use it for the education purpose and all. Your focus should not be lost. And they always remember their identity. Like Ravana asked Hanuman, hey, monkey, who are you? He said, Dasoham Kaushalendrasya, Ramasya Aklishta Karmana. Like that he says. I am servant of Lord Rama, and that Rama is a man of very high character, not like you, who is a characterless fool who is catching hand of another man's wife. Like that he is telling. So, Hanuman remembering, I am Ramadut, I am Ramdas. So this consciousness was constantly in the heart of whom? Hanuman. Similarly, Prabhupada is going, and while going, he is writing, that great Vaishnava's heart will be satisfied when all the jivas in the land, in the water, in the sky, everybody will be chanting the holy name. Who is that great Vaishnava talking? His own spiritual master. He's telling about Bhaksan Thakur. And then he is saying that I was in the ship. I got a couple of heart attacks. My only solace was what? He says. Anybody knows? No. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes, he said. My only solace is Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was reading Chaitanya Lila and getting nourishment. And after going to New York, one of the days in 66, he got a severe heart pain, chest pain. So he told devotees, take me out of the hospital and take me to New York temple. There was a large picture of Bhaksan Thakur, big picture there. And he fell at the feet, putting his head on the feet of his guru. And he was in tears. He said, Guru Maharaj, I have not fulfilled your instructions yet. I am just beginning. But this chest pain is giving an indication I may or I may not survive. So what is your plan for me? You want me to stay and continue here or just come back to Vrindavan and leave without doing anything? So which means at every moment he felt connection with Guru and connection with Krishna. You will see that. In one hall, they had arranged a program, only 7 people came. And devotees were very sad. But Prabhupada said, why are you sad? There were thousands and thousands of demigods who were attending the program. There was Narada and Shukadeva and Shiva and Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. They were all sitting and they were attending the program. So Prabhupada always, any place he went, when he was preaching, when he was writing, his consciousness was constantly there. His consciousness was posted in Vrindavan. That means his chitta. If you think of Prabhupada's chitta was where? Chitta was matta in Krishna's remembrance. Correct, no? You will see like that. Same with Hanuman also. One time Hanuman even opened his chest and showed his chitta. What is inside? What was inside? Sitarama. This is the secret. If we can mold our chitta to be in Krishna, then even when you approach social media, say you have to use YouTube, you have to use Instagram for some purpose, you will never be inclined to go to things which are harmful for you. Huh? Like for example, say all of you now, you wear a dhoti kurta, you go to one street to buy some flowers for making a garland like this. You have to go to the end of the street, but on either side you find the liquor shops, there is meat shop. Does it make any difference to you? It may be there, but you are not going to go to those shops. You cross them and go ahead because you are looking for what? Flowers. That is how your mind and chitta have to be trained. If they are absorbed in Krishna, your subconscious mind is absorbed in Krishna, even if such things are available, you are not interested in them. Correct, no? We have to bring ourselves to that level, you see. So, otherwise, what happens? Our chitta is not magna in Krishna and our focus is not there. Our chitta is thinking of all dirty things, desire for enjoying the opposite sex and things like that. Then what happens? You know, we feel greatly threatened when we approach these kind of tools, like social media and things like that. Because then what happens is already inside chitta there are bad vasanas are there. And outside also vasanas are there. So when these vasanas again and again go and add to the existing things in chitta. And they make our life more easy or difficult? Terrible. They make it terrible. So, what began as a fun is silently controlling us, transforming from innocent entertainment into a powerful force that shapes our minds, behaviors, and futures. Yeah. Look at this Pujari, what is he saying? I now pronounce you husband and wife, you may update your Facebook status. The situation everybody is using nowadays. Uh, It's a downward spiral. Please read it. Who has a mic with you? Yeah.
The downward spiral,
We can see. Yeah.
the downward spiral, innocent beginnings. Rohan started with simple curiosity during study breaks, gradual addiction, gradually lured into reels, challenges, meme culture, emotional manipulation. Emotions manipulated jealousy, restlessness, attention seeking.
See, earlier Rohan was not into social media, but now he's getting into it. Innocently, he thought that, oh, small reels are coming, let me see. That's how he started. But then, after seeing it, he started observing that my friends are so popular there. I am not so popular. So, jealousy came. huh. After that, when he went to room, he started thinking, if I have to become popular, then what all I have to do? His mind became very restless. Yeah. And then he thought that I will do some new thing and I'll put it up and I'll get better likes than my friends. Then all my classmates will pay their attention to me. Now, this can, what to speak of boys, this can even happen among brahmacharis also. Like brahmacharis, earlier brahmacharis would just study the Shastra, sit in the Vyasasana and give a lecture in the temple. Whoever is sitting in the class, they will attend. Uh, Now you get into Instagram, you get into YouTube, you put it, then people also see who gets how many viewers. You know, Actually, if your mind is very much in Krishna, you don't bother about all this. Correct, na? You're after Krishna or after followers. Yeah, then we have no problem. But if somebody starts calculating, my friend has this many followers, and brahmacharis are friends, correct, no? And they are friends with each other. Now imagine your friend is having 1 million followers, and you are only having 100 followers. Then people ask you, Prabhuji, your friend is 1 million and you are only 100. So that may prick you. Then what is the next thought that will come in the mind? Okay, now how I can make this 100 followers into 1 million. So then it becomes like a game for, what do you call it, race. How can I prove myself? So can everybody have 1 million followers? Is it possible? Not possible, because now how one gets big number of followers, there is something called a fame account from the previous life. Just like beauty, can everybody become beautiful? Somebody has a handsome face, somebody has ugly face, somebody is fair, somebody is black. Correct, no? Somebody comes from rich family, somebody comes from poor family. There are some rich people, when you look at them, they don't look rich. You've seen people like that? Huh? Like if you see in Surat, many of the diamond merchants, they look like simple people. But inside the pocket, they have crores of worth diamonds. They sell. They look like you and me, like any of us. And people say, Prabhuji, he is a Karodapati. They say like that. So he has what opulence? Wealth. He has wealth opulence. And similarly, somebody is very popular in YouTube or Instagram. What opulence they have? Same opulence. Somebody has. Similarly, some cinema actor, actress, what opulence they have? Beauty. Correct, no? They have beauty. Face cut. Correct, no? Yeah. So can you cut your face or God has given you a face? Correct, no? You can't take a knife and cut your face. Huh? You already got it. Correct, no? So similarly, this bodily beauty, your wealth, your fame, these are prefixed. Therefore, you will find, like you see, look at this Pranavanand Prabhu. You know Pranavanand Prabhu? A very young devotee. If you hear his lecture also, he will speak very simple things only. It's not that something out of the world he is bringing something. Very simple things he speaks. But the same thing you speak, you will get 100 people will watch it. Huh? Now he speaks, there will be 8 lakh people will watch it. Because he is carrying what account? Fame account in the previous life. That's already there. So he himself would be surprised. What is this? Suddenly, why so many people? You are wondering. Correct? No? Yeah. Huh? Similarly, when I just took the kartal first, chick, 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 easily it came. I was wondering how it comes very easily. It didn't take much time to learn. Similar Sarigama is also. Sasare rega, sarega, sasare rega, gama ma, rega, gama, rega, ma, rega, gama, ma, papa. Very easily it came. Because there is a musical, talent. So Krishna puts it. Like if you sing sweetly, people come and say, Babaji, wow, how you sang. And you also wonder why they are praising me. Because I didn't make any effort. Correct? No? Because that is given to you from the previous account. And other fellow, he may not be able to sing. There was one devotee who was told by congregation that Prabhu, every time you sing same that Hare Krishna tune, Prabhupada tune you sing, Prabhuji, little alag rag chodna, alag rag. Every time you come one raga, you learn and come. Then he tried learning raga. But the moment he sits in Vyasasana, only one raga will come. Hare Krishna. Isn't it? So, if you have the gift from the previous life, you have it. Correct, no? See, God has created everybody differently. Look at, cuckoo, he has a sweet voice, correct, no? Donkey has a different type of voice. So the point is, see, certain things are coming from our account, previous account. But people don't know that. They try to become like somebody, and that is where the jealousy comes. Jealousy, restlessness. So who can go to social media or YouTube and everything? Like, in those days when I started putting my lectures in YouTube, one of the main reasons is earlier my students were all in Pune. Then I sent many students to different parts of India. And they would always ask me, Prabhuji, send this lecture. And I would actually put them in a Google Drive and send them. That's what I was doing for many of the brahmacharis. And then sometimes I would give them a pen drive in which they would take it. And later on, lot of calls, mails came. Then I said, okay, somebody said in YouTube, you put and keep, it will be nice. So for me, my YouTube is just like a dumping ground. You just pick a lecture and put it. Those students who want to see, they will watch it. Just keep putting. That's what I've been doing like that. And over a period of time, now I'm going to US also now. Now to send to multiple people would be difficult. So now it becomes very helpful to group them under different categories for youth, for congregations. Very helpful like that. At the same time, I have interest to see that newcomers also connect. So from those lectures, somebody is taking out some clips and putting it in Instagram also, so that shorter clips new boys will watch and they'll become devotees. But if I'm going to too much become uh, bogged down by that, and I start thinking, okay, how I should smile in front of the camera, how I should move the hand in front of the camera. Some people say you write a script also. Some people, while speaking, they speak looking at the script. You can know that they're reading from the script. Correct, now? Then it becomes more of gimmicks. Correct, now? Then the spontaneity goes away. Then we get into paralysis by analysis. See, once a millipede, millipede? Huh? Ting, 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 it was going very nicely, spontaneously. Huh? Similarly, there are some devotees who are very simple and spontaneous, quoting nice shlokas, speaking very naturally, very happily leading life. But suddenly, if once a frog came and stopped the millipede, say, millipede, wait a minute. You have got to, God has given you the 400 legs. Huh? And how you move this leg in such a beautiful manner. You've seen ching, 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 it moves like this. You've seen that? It keeps the leg in such a manner that it keeps on moving ahead. And the frog said, God gave me only 2 legs. Even with this, I am struggling. I'm not able to jump properly many times. You have 400 legs. How do you synchronize them? So nice and move it. And then this question frog asked, and the millipede said, I don't know myself. You know, he said. And then dog went away. But then one problem came to the millipede. Now he started thinking, how am I moving my leg? Huh? He started moving and he lost his spontaneity. Correct, no? So when you too much are worried about your followers, we lose our. So spontaneous presentation is much different from too much worrying about followers' impression. Correct, no? So these kind of problems come. Huh? So in this way, our emotions become manipulated. Simplicity is lost. Saralata is lost. We may become very crooked, attention seeking. Huh? Then I want to become the hero, that kind of thing. That's not great. And then
Comparison trap. Dissatisfaction despite having enough.
ah, sometimes it's not that you are useless. You already have enough. But the nature of the material pleasure is what? Dushpurena analena cha. The more you, like for example, somebody has 100 followers, he wants in thousands. Somebody has in thousands, he wants lakhs. Somebody has already in lakhs, he want to go to millions. Somebody has already 1 million, 2 million, then he wants. You understand that? So, if you are going to get into a comparison trap, is it something which will be able to satisfy you? It is endless. It's going to burn in your heart. Yeah. Then,
Escape route. Escape from stress. 4 to 5 hours per day wasted.
yeah. Actually, escape route means you have to study, but some subjects are very heavy. So then you start the subject and you keep the book aside and get into scrolling. Right now, because which is easy to do. Yeah. But the tough subject remains untouched. And then the real trouble will come when examination comes closer. Correct, no? Mm.
Total decline. Academic downfall. Mental fatigue. Spiritual emptiness.
Uh, Academic downfall, mental fatigue, and spiritual emptiness. This is what happened to Rohan. Look at Rohan. Uh, See the picture. First, he was breaking his head with all social media. Now he's crying now because there is academic downfall, mental fatigue, and spiritual emptiness. This is a downward spiral. It's exactly similar to dhyato vishayan pumsah sangasteshu jayate. Correct, no? In this buddhi upnashat pranashyati. It's like that. It goes down. See, here is Essena O'Neill story. She had 5 lakh Instagram followers, around 2 lakh YouTube subscribers, and more than 60,000 Snapchat followers at one time. So she was a popular social media influencer with a huge following at one time. Actually, these people in social media, what they do a lot of touch up and many things they do to make things look very attractive. Huh? So but later, behind the glamour, she felt empty, anxious, and pressured. Why pressured? Because you have to stand up to the expectations of your followers. Correct, no? They will keep on telling, do this, do that. They command you. They demand you, and you won't be able to catch up with it. So she quit social media in 2015, you see, exposing its staged nature. And then admitted constant validation seeking harmed her mental health. See? She was thinking, who is saying what about me? She started crying. You see, here she's crying. Below. So the external fame without inner fulfillment brings misery. Yeah. See, now what is she saying now? After that, she started deleting her Instagram posts and renaming the account to social media is not real life. It is a real life. It's not real life. She fully exited Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. What is it? Tumblr? Tumblr and Snapchat. In 2019, she briefly returned to Instagram again, but via a new account, posted a single photo and gained over 2,000 followers. Earlier, she had 60,000, 1.5 lakh followers and all. She said that is artificial. Those people are actually not my real followers. See, in preaching also, I want to tell you an important thing. It is better to have a few followers whom you groom to become powerful devotees, pakka followers of devotees. And those devotees will do great things in this world. Like, for example, I have 35 to 40 bliss group leaders, and each of them is like a president and vice president or ashram leader in different temples in India, right now. And next to these people, I have two more groups, Vrinda, Krishna Vrinda and Balram Vrinda. In each of these Vrinda, there are about 60 to 80 brahmacharis. So these, I am getting to know each of these people very personally. Hmm. Many of them already are writing mail to me. They have a lot of trust in me, friendship in me, and these people have not come because I am a senior and I have told them to come in my group. These are voluntary people. They have voluntarily chosen this. Vrinda also, there are many brahmacharis there. Only those who choose to attend my monthly 2 hours program, and they want personal guidance from me. Only they only come. So now these brahmacharis I am focusing on, they are doing wonders. Now we have sent so many brahmacharis to Hyderabad here. They are all doing wonders. Mahaprabhu Chenpu and like Vaishnav Chenpu, all these people, Sarashamani Prabhu. And I am observing that if you give very good quality time, attention and training to a few people, then they will do wonders in future in a much bigger manner. And in this way, Krishna consciousness can spread far and wide. Many, many places. Now some are helping me abroad also, in US also. And in 12 places, I have put senior brahmachari who is paying attention. So in this way, our reachability may be limited, but it will be very giving us fulfillment because we are able to keep the spiritual focus. Now, if I get into popularizing myself in Instagram or YouTube, if I go say I'm targeting at 4 million followers or 5 million followers, yes, it may be possible by a lot of help and guidance and assistance. Writing what do you call that, scripts, and then reading them and doing all kinds of gimmicks. I can do that. There are many people telling me to do that. If I do that, then my number of followers maybe will say 4 million, 5 million, but they don't know who I am and I don't know who they are. You understand, no? And the result is what? When I am dead and gone, the movement will not get much support. Huh? I was a big hero at one time, and the hero goes away. After that, there is no legacy. On the other hand, if you see, we have to do things which will perpetuate the movement for long, long time to come. You understand the difference? Yeah. So that's what she did. Since then she remained largely offline. Her attempts to reconnect social media have been minimal and short-lived. Recently, she has been somewhat active only on Pinterest I call it, where she shares candid photos of her new life with a modest following around 1400. She must be really, really a very bold lady with inner will. Somebody should give her a japamala and tell her to chant Hare Krishna. Yeah. I don't know whether she's easily reachable. I would request one Mataji to follow her up, and we should congratulate her first for her confidence to be a real woman, correct, no? Not just dragged by the worldly popularity, you see. But how social media hijacks the mind is given here. Read that.
Psychological hooks. Dopamine hits, infinite scroll, notifications. Mental impact.
So dopamine hit means what? As soon as you start scrolling, it gives you a kick, a pleasure. Pleasure may be related to sex pleasure, or it may be related to some curiosity for hearing some news item, or some political things happening, or breaking news. I saw. They only break your head. They don't give solution to that. They will only break and go away. Correct, na? Breaking news they give. That's curiosity. Or sometimes one religion people quarrel with another religion, information about. These are all very explosive information. When you see that dopamine hit means either fear or pleasure, correct, no? You get the pleasure. Then you want to scroll more and more and know more. And it keeps giving you suggestions also, correct, no? Hey, you have seen this, you see this also. This correct? What do you call that as? Recommendations. It keeps giving recommendation. Go ahead.
Mental impact. Short attention span, anxiety, depression.
People's attention span has become 8 seconds or 15 seconds, they're saying. It's so less. Over a period of time, you don't sit down and hear a 1 hour lecture, 2 hour lecture nowadays. And then anxiety also, depression increases. Because sometimes you develop fear by, like some people are fearing that one religion people are increasing their population. So they're very fearful. Another, there's people have a lot of money from abroad. They are giving facilities and everything. They are afraid. And the more you watch this, because many times the media think they exaggerate also, correct, na? They exaggerate a lot. Actually, the truth may be this much, but they make it like this. And when you see that those guys put it for popularity, but then you are sitting in the room in anxiety. Your anxiety is increased. Next,
Moral impact.
sensitization.
Desensitization to vulgarity, gossip, pride.
Ah, that means you see so much vulgar photos, videos, and all, and people are gossiping about anybody, huh? And people proudly boast all these things. You become desensitized. That means you become numb to this. That means you also start speaking vulgar things, huh? And you also boast about your achievements, and you also gossip about political things and everything, and your tongue becomes very loose. The sober behavior, simplicity, sincerity, all goes away, and then.
Spiritual impact. Forgetfulness of true self, constant craving.
Ah, constant craving increases with bodily consciousness. He says, Gate vidu swartha gatim vishnum durashaya ye bahirarthamanina andayatandeir upaniyamanas tepisha tantriyam murdabnibadda. He's saying, he told his father, Matirna Krishne paratosvatova mito bivadyeta grihapradhanam. Which is the verse where he says, uh, your anxiety is increased because of bodily consciousness. Durashya. Radheshyam means false shelter. Bahir arthamanina. Yeah? Nasadu manye asarvarya dehinam, tatsadu manye asarvarya dehinam, sada samudvigna dhyam asarga. Sada samudvigna dhyam. Your buddhi is always disturbed because you are asat grahat, you are holding on to material success. But if you hold on to Krishna, you will get bliss. If you hold on to matter, you will get suffering, he says. So in the Bhagavad, I have given the same one. Dhyayata Vishayanpumsa, correct, no? Falling down. Read it. Bad association, silent killer.
Chanakya Niti. A single drop of poison spoils the entire pot of milk.
Bad
Bad company online equals negative influencers, toxic trends, fake ideals.
Yeah. So on the right side, I was shown, you can see that. What are the negative impacts of social media influencers? What they do, they promote unrealistic standards, correct, no? An influence on materialism and consumerism. They push you to buy commodities, buy this, buy this, buy this, like this, and spread of misinformation and pseudoscience. Sometimes they put a man with a apron, and then he shows some liquid, and then a tablet he shows like that. So he looks like a doctor, but actually he's not a doctor. He's just a cinema actor or somebody. Correct, no? They put like that. So it's a pseudoscience. Many times, what happens? They present something as scientific, but there is no evidence for it. No? Pseudoscience, misinformation. Huh? And then see our FitTuber exposes many people who in the name of vegetarianism, Ayurveda and everything, many people are doing many things. That fellow exposes. He even shows this company, don't buy this, like that he says, correct, no? Misinformation. And then influence on body image and self-esteem. And then ethical concerns with the sponsorships and endorsements. Yeah. And manipulative marketing techniques and misalignment with authentic values and identity. There are a lot of things. Each will, like, if you put this in this thing, can search more about this. You will see. See this toxic trends. If you see, the so-called detox teas or appetite suppressant lollipops, dieting, and all are cheating. Huh? This is called toxic wellness trends. Everyone should avoid. They look like they are going to benefit you. Many in the name of wellness, a lot of cheating is going on nowadays. Huh? Another thing is fake ideals. Huh? See, look at this woman on the right side. That is reality. But they have made her to look like this in Instagram. See, huh? Instagram versus reality. Huh? That's how they cheat. There are videos on this about how they fake things. You can do that. All these things nowadays. With AI tools and all, you can do so many things nowadays. So in this way, it's a silent killer. Little by little, all these negative influences, toxic trends, fake idols, they all kill our life. Now one can reflect now and transition to solution. So what's your experience? Read it. Not your Not your top three negative effects you have faced during. Any of you can tell me? What are your top three negative effects you have faced in social media? Distraction from studies, from academics. Okay, what else? Unknowingly wasting time. Time waste. Agitation of mind. Anybody else? Huh? Unnecessary information which we don't need for our normal life. Yeah? Stress. It builds stress in the head. necessarily. Constant craving.
Attachment for more negative.
Attachment for more and more.
Watching the same thing.
Attachment to watching more and more, and it is going endless. So much so that our duties and responsibilities get affected. Correct? No? So therefore, if it is a disease, then let us discuss about the cure. This is the first cure is mentioned here. Read that awareness and self-realization. What Krishna says, Uddaret Atmanatmanam Atmanam Abasadi. See, Uddaret means it's an instruction of Krishna. Just like we say, Tad Vijnanartam Sagurum Evavi Gachet. Gachet means one must approach the spiritual master. It's a compulsory thing. It's an instruction. Similarly, he says, Uddaret, he says. One should elevate oneself with the mind. Hey, don't. Krishna is giving a strong instruction. Uddaret Atmanatmanam. Hey, मन को लेकर बदमाश मत बनो, खुद को सुधारो. Either is telling. Yeah. And the first one, accept influence. Yeah. Read the first step one.
Step 1. Accept your being influenced. Don't be in denial.
Some people, if we talk about social media is not all that bad. I know how to use it in a limited way. Some people say like that. Behind the screen, what they're doing. They have no control. They're complete slaves. So don't be in a denial. Better you accept that you're getting overly influenced by it. Second.
Recognize patterns. Identify how social media affects your mood, time, and focus.
Earlier I was focusing on nicely taking out books and reading. Now I am not reading. My focus is gone. My time is getting lost. My mood is also swinging nowadays because of hearing so many unwanted information. So one should sit down and reflect about this. Next.
Honest assessments. How many of you feel social media steals your time?
In this way one can think, it is stealing my time. So therefore we should elevate our life. See, you have power over your mind, not outside events. So can you make an announcement that, hey, all social media बंद कर दो अभी, हम लोगों को बहुत disturb कर रहा है. Can you say that? Nobody is going to stop. The world will go on the way it is going on. So the external world cannot be changed, but inner responses can be changed. Okay? Yeah. See, practical digital disciplines are given. See, I have given picture also and write up also. Read that first one.
Screen time audit. Check daily uses, set app limits.
Yeah. So time, this much time only I will use. There is a time. That's why clock is shown. Next one.
Helpful tools. Focus apps, forest, Pomodoro techniques.
Pomodoro means what? Say half an hour you study and take 3 minutes off. And then walk and come, stretch a little bit and come back. Again you start. So your efficiency increases.
Social media detox on weekends.
Okay. Yeah.
Replace. Don't just remove.
Yeah, why it's going and coming? Should I remove and put? Okay, here it is shaking. Okay. Yeah.
Swap toxic feeds for learning spiritual content.
What is that? Swap toxic feeds for learning? What is the meaning of the replace? Don't just remove. That means swap means change. Instead of toxic feeds, you go for spiritual content. Like for example, now one of our devotees in Pune, Kadamakandan Prabhu, he was telling that YouTube lectures can be put in Vimeo, is it? Vimeo. In that if you put, you won't be able to go to YouTube, but you can watch YouTube lectures in that, whichever is captured and put inside that. So he is making a facility for the devotees like that now. So that you can benefit from the positive side of social media can be taken advantage. But we will not be dragged into so many unwanted things. Correct? No? Yeah. Next one.
Digital boundaries. No phone first or last 30 minutes of the day.
Correct. So you put a limit so that why last 30 minutes of the day, before going to sleep, you should not hear any explosive information. If you hear any explosive information, then your sleep will be finished. Yeah. Then?
Offline engagement, sports, real conversation, volunteering.
Yeah. So sports, offline engagement means, yeah, like sports helps you to have good health, no? Yeah. And then conversing with people, talking, making friends, and volunteering seva, correct, no? These kind of engagements will keep you happiness. Like here you see the father is sitting with the child. The child needs the time. Imagine if the father is sitting with the social media all the time, then child doesn't get attention, correct, no? Similarly, be kind to your mind, she's saying, you see. Otherwise, don't bombard your mind like this with so many things. Yeah, read the.
Power of good
So
association.
one of you read this side, you read that side. Bad association, you read, you'll read good association. Yeah, give one more mic. Yeah, read it.
Bad association promotes comparison,
Yeah,
Good association encourages the growth,
fuels insecurity,
builds confidence,
wastes times.
waste time,
values money.
values time. Yeah. Now we understood what is in his mind now. Okay.
Creates anxiety,
Okay.
Promotes peace.
Yeah, correct, no? See, it's simple things. See, the picture shows that, taking selfie, taking this. So one has to, this fellow is restricting. No, sorry, I'm busy, he says. Yeah, example?
college students join Gita group and get better focus and positivity.
Correct, isn't it? So show me your friends online, offline, and I'll show you your future. That's the whole point. So the good habits like regular exercise, healthy eating, reading daily, meditating, these are good habits. And bad habits, snacking on junk food, you see, scrolling on the phone, watching too much TV, procrastinating. So these are well known. You just have to implement them. And spiritual foundation, see, this is very simple, stronger shield. You may say, Prabhuji, morning sadhana I am already doing, early rising, chanting, prayer. Spiritual intake, I am reading Gita Bhagavatam. Satsang, I am attending the classes also. Seva also I am doing. And gratitude journaling. Okay, I can write. But each of this I have explained in the next slide more deeply. You can see here, read this morning sadhana. See, I read an interesting thing. Social media costs time, fast food costs health, notifications cost focus, comfort zones cost the future. And some things are pricier than money, he's saying. More, bigger than money also. Yeah. Read the morning sadhana.
Morning sadhana. Prioritize Brahma Muhurta. Sleep early to rise refreshed. Structured practice. Chant minimum 16 rounds attentively before worldly duties. Deep prayer. Offer gratitude, seek seva opportunities, and pray for humility. Reflection. End sadhana by reading a verse or contemplating service goals.
Yeah. See, the third one, deep prayer. Offer gratitude, because gratitude is a root of dozens of good qualities. And also seek seva opportunities. Don't run away from seva. And pray for humility. So the prayerful heart and a heart full of gratitude, that will make our morning sadhana very effective. Similarly, reflection. When you are ending the sadhana, read a verse or something and contemplate on, what services I will do today. So the right type of consciousness in performing sadhana is emphasized here. And one of the ways you can do it is sleep early, rise early. Similarly, scriptural intake, how to do that?
Scripture intake, daily reading habit, fixed time early morning, evening for Srimad Bhagavatam or Gita.
I think you all have reading groups, I think, correct, no? Daily half an hour you all read together, correct? Yeah, next.
Reflect and apply. Note one actionable lesson each day for practical application.
How am I going to apply in my real life? Okay, many things I learned today, one thing I will modify. Like that one should think, yeah.
Teach to retain. Share realization in classes or with juniors.
When you share akhyatani apyaditani, when you explain what you learned in the class to somebody else, say today you learned about this, you can take this PPT, go and show to one of your friends and save him from social media also, correct, na? And then by teaching what happens, you internalize what you learned. And then?
Cross-referencing. Relate scripture with modern challenges for relevance.
That's precisely I am doing now, correct, no? I was bringing something from scripture, chitta, man and everything. Now I am relating it to social media and real life. The more you do this, then the scripture will be digested very nicely. Otherwise, we can simply, read the scripture, tell some things from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it will remain on the cloud level. People will say, cloud is wonderful. You heard it, very nice. You can just clap hands. It won't be applicable in the real life. They remain what they are. They don't change. Correct, no? Similarly, satsanga, what to do?
Satsanga, quality over quantity. Attend or host focus, senior level discussions.
Yeah. Attend or you yourself can host it. What is it? Focused senior level discussions. That means, satsanga association is not just for coming and taking prasad, doing some kirtan and going away. Every satsang program you attend, It should make an impact on your heart. And for that, one has to come together with devotees from where you should be impacted by the sound vibration you hear. How do you know that? Some modification will happen in your life. Some change will come about. Go ahead.
Association with advanced devotees. Regular contact with mentors for inspiration.
Yeah. Mentor is given to you so that you take help. Some people never take help. They only attend the mentor's meeting. Other times they don't personally connect with mentor. I have seen under mentors, 4 types of people I have seen. One is a person who goes to the mentor, reveals the heart honestly like an elder brother and take help, guidance. Thank you, Prabhu, and they note down and they implement. That's the best type of person. And then there are the second category person is neutral. He will come for the meeting, attend the class and go. Attendance will be full, 100%, but doesn't connect with the mentor. He thinks mentor is giving class, I take advantage. Otherwise, doesn't connect with the mentor. Then the third type has problem with the mentor. He finds fault with the mentor. He says, I asked this mentor is correct, giving me feedback. I don't like it. He's having some troubled mind with the mentor, this kind of thing. And fourth type of person never shows up. And mentor saying, I don't know where is he in this world. He doesn't come for the meeting. I announce meeting, he's a part of the WhatsApp group, I am informing, but he doesn't come only. That's fourth category. So we should be in which category? That first is most ideal. Take advantage. Next.
Mentorship role. Guide younger devotees, teaching reinforce one's own faith.
Yeah. So in this way, a mentor also should not be indifferent. They should guide the younger devotees. Mentor should not say, hey, I don't have time, don't disturb me. Then the juniors will be afraid to approach the mentor. Mentor should be available. Next.
Humility in association. Hear more, speak less, avoid fault finding.
Yeah. And lastly, service, seva.
Purposeful seva. Engage in services aligned with one's talents and mission.
Yes.
Delegation and empowerment. Train others to sustain projects beyond oneself.
Yeah.
Heart connection. Perform seva as offering to Guru and Krishna, not for recognition. Balanced service. Avoid overcommitment that hampers sadhana.
Yeah. So we don't say that you do too much service. You should not be burnt out also. Take moderate service. If service is too much, you can delegate and empower others also. But at the same time, you should have some service suiting to your talent and which is also aligned with your superiors well, isn't it? And in this way, bring your heart in seva. I am doing it for Prabhupada's pressure, for my Guru's pressure, for my senior's pressure, like that you do it. So, and last one, read this.
Gratitude journaling. Daily gratitude list. End day with 3 things you are grateful for. Spiritual focus. Krishna.
Night you're going to bed, think 3 things for whom you feel gratitude and what are you. Think about that. This kind of thinking is very good.
Krishna centered gratitude. Acknowledge Krishna's hand in all situations. Combat negativity. Replace complaints with appreciation in speech. Share gratitude. Express thanks to devotees personally, strengthening relationships.
Yeah. So, seeing Krishna's hand, Prabhupada's hand in our life, and also replacing blaming, mourning, complaining, criticizing, that should be replaced with pure speech. So that means you have to observe your speech. How am I speaking during the course of the day? Heart should have gratitude and mouth should have positive speech. Both. And then share that gratitude by expressing thanks to devotees personally, strengthening your relationship with other devotees. Yeah. And also that gratitude in the heart, you don't keep it in the heart. You write it down, like 3 things you are grateful for. Similarly, the positive speech about others. You don't just feel in your heart about others. You speak positive things. Replace criticisms, complaints, blaming with positive speech. So these kind of things are very helpful. So your habits today or your future tomorrow. Choose wisely. Yeah. Seek divine help to stay strong and disciplined. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much. So, yeah, he has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Prabhuji, yeah, mentee may have should maintain a relationship with us, but being a mentor for them, how can we build a relationship that they give that priority? Like, yeah, I should go and open up my heart to him. How can we make it?
When they do that, I will tell you. For example, once the jiva is convinced that you are his well-wisher, you know. Say, for example, you are not only concerned about the mentee increasing the chanting rounds, but you are also concerned about their studies, academics. You are also concerned about his health. You are also concerned about his, interpersonal dealing with others, which sometimes may be facing issues. Like sometimes a boy feels that somebody is teasing him for practicing Krishna consciousness, and in case you see him little unhappy, you figure out, and then you can tell him how to deal with negativities in this world, keep away from bad elements, and how to make friendship with good people. I used to, since day one, since 1995, remember, my preaching was never that I just give a class on the subject and go away. Implementing the Shastra in daily life, plus helping the boys with dealing with their challenges. I've been always doing that, and that's what makes devotees. You will see that. So they are getting help from facing negativities in life, and they are also seeing that you are giving some academic support in terms of senior. You say he is in computer science, you connect him to another some computer science devotee senior who gives him some materials or guidance. So he feels very grateful. Oh, now I am weak in the subject, I got help now. He's very academically he's getting help. And you are concerned about his health. He says, Prabhuji, I couldn't come for the program, I'm not healthy. You go and meet him, carry some prasada, something for him, and sit and spend some time. Nowadays, people are so busy in life. If somebody gives some time, people are very grateful. Correct, no? In this age of social media. So, giving some personal time, and you will see that the relationship goes from an informal relation to a very personal, and it goes from a formal to informal relationship. It will become initially, it's more formal. They come to the program during Prasad, you ask what point you liked. He says some points. So he thinks that these people want to give knowledge and I am ready to take knowledge. That much only they think. But later on they understand this person is not just giving me knowledge. He is like my brother. He's concerned about my academics, my health, my life, my challenges that I am facing. He's probably just like a father or a brother who is hand holding me and escorting me in my life, both material and spiritual life. And that is where his respect and affection increases. And then adding to this, if you sometimes make a sacrifice for his sake, sometimes make some sacrifices. For example, one boy was telling when he was going home. Actually, this boy was staying in the voice only. He's a voice boy only. Third semester he had come into voice. But then the cook was not there. So the day when he was going, he has to travel by train for one full day and then he will reach home. So the cook was not there. So he had only carried fruits. But his senior devotee came in the lunchtime in some station and he gave him prasad because he had already gone home. From home he made and he cooked and he gave him a pleasant surprise. This senior didn't even call him, what is your train ticket number and all. That he found out from his friend. He found out from a friend and then he went and approached. So lunchtime came, this fellow was taking fruits to eat. That time full prasad came. So they gave him a big surprise. And he was in tears. Now even after 10, 15 years, this fellow keeps saying, Prabhuji, my senior came and gave prasad. Without asking. Because when you make some sacrifices for the younger ones, they don't forget it. And also, if you save them from some great danger. Like one devotee, one of the mentee boys, he was going in the scooter to college. And it's a slopey road. And the scooter toppled. And he dhadal karke fell. And some people saw his card and then they called the voice. And immediately the senior devotee took a dozen boys with him. And all dozen of them surrounded him and they had fallen from the scooter helplessly. He could not even move his hand leg. Then he sprinkled water and woke him up and they took him to hospital. And then this fellow opened the eyes in the hospital. He saw so many dozen devotees around him. And then he put 2 devotees to take care of him also. That took him almost 1 week to get cured of all the damaged stitches and everything. And that fellow now lifelong remembers that, even if somebody is our own brother, whether they will do so much, you can't say. But look at these devotees, they are very caring. When I was in a helpless situation, I had become unconscious on the road. These people, like my own relatives, they picked me and took me to hospital, attended everything. So these are things where when a boy perceives sacrifice on the part of the seniors, they become deeply touched. The sacrifices made and saving them from dangerous situations. Like one boy was getting into connection with a girl, and he wouldn't reveal to anybody, but he revealed to mentor. And then mentor told many stories of how people have ruined their life by connecting with a girl. He spoke those things, but this was actually in the first year itself. But the boy still wasn't convinced. He was thinking that, what is this, Prabhuji is saying. He asked her, what's wrong, Prabhuji? I like her, she likes me. We both want to marry also later. But then the mentor said, see, you can marry, nothing wrong in marrying. But marriage is in the age of 27, 28. Now you're 18, 19 now. 10 more years are there. Why are you bothering about that? Still he was not convinced, he was keeping touch with her. Suddenly one day, when this mentor introduced her to one of his another boys, that boy, she ran away with that boy. And she wrote back to him and told him that, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in you. I got another boy whose mind is exactly matching with mine. Like that. So this fellow got frustrated. And then this mentor told him, actually Krishna saved you. He said, really, how? He said, see, she's a loose woman. Today she's with you. And then tomorrow she's running away with another man. And then later on, by the time he came to final year, he saw that she changed the 3-4 boys. So he was saved, correct now? So in this way, this boy now is looking back and saying, Prabhu, I was really getting into a downward spiral in my life. She would have ruined my academics, polluted my character. And tomorrow, imagine if I married her, God knows, it should have been unchaste and ruined my whole life itself. So Krishna consciousness saved my life. And now he looked back and said, you advised me right thing at the right time. Correct, no? So if he saved from a dangerous situation, or if he sees sacrifice in the part of the senior, these are all unforgettable things people remember in their life. Clear?
Prabhuji, yeah, I'm asking about how to understand something. Like Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita knowledge to Arjuna.
Correct.
He understood it in a particular way that he started fighting. But one possibility is also that even though after telling he cannot understand and he may not apply and he will run away.
That can happen. Why that happens, I will tell you. Because we have some bad sanskaras in our chitta from the previous life where we have got kusanga. And the kusanga makes us naughty. Naughty and mischievous. For example, sometimes boys you see, they will come and offer obeisance, Prabhuji. That they will do. All that they will do. And after the preacher goes away, kya baar baar wahi bolta rehta hai. Understand? No? I'm just saying. So there are some boys like that. So where does this come from? It's a naughty nature. Correct? The naughty nature, where is it seated? In the chitta. Conditioning. And this conditioning comes from where? The previous life. So then how to get rid of this naughty nature? Seva. You go to the ashram of a guru, wash pots, clean the floor, take care of cows, or cut the sabji and work hard. And in this way, when you do service, you should actually sweat and render service. This is one of the ways you get purified. Because sitting down and hearing is not purifying us. Correct, no? If it is not purifying us, we say we hear it like this and leave it like this, then the next best you can do is to do seva. Work hard, do service. So by rendering service gradually, and that's one thing. Another thing, find out amongst the Vaishnavas, which Vaishnava your heart adores very much. Some boys are scientifically minded. They adore scientifically advanced devotees. Correct, no? Similarly, some boys are Sanskrit oriented. So if they see some devotee who is ustad in Sanskrit, big boss, then you think, my Lord, I am not so powerful. Like our Sarvam Bhattacharya saw, he gave 9 meanings of Atmaram verse. And Mahaprabhu gave 63 meanings. He was flabbergasted. He said, my Lord, now he is a boss in the field. Then their intelligence will bow down. So our intelligence will bow only to somebody whom we adore. And from that person you should hear. Because when you hear from that person, our naughtiness will go away. It won't be there. Clear?
Guruji, he is asking, okay, Miss Arjuna followed properly. How to understand I am also in line with Arjuna?
No, I am not telling about whether you are in line or not. I am telling about general boys. Generally, many boys, they find that we have heard many times. Correct, no? We have heard the philosophy many times. And when it comes to the real life, actually, whether you are following or not is very easy to understand. Like you are saying in the voice, for example, are you getting up in the morning? Are you coming for the program? Are you taking part in chanting? Are you taking part in hearing, reading, hearing? One is the positive side activities, are you implementing them without fail? And the second part is mischievous activities, which are illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and the subtler aspects of those things. Are we avoiding them? How strictly am I avoiding them? And how wholeheartedly I am engaging in these activities? These are not very difficult to observe. These are not correct, no? These are not very difficult to observe. We can observe. But I can tell you 99% of the jivas will have this naughty nature, which I am saying this. Actually, how many of you honestly tell me, you know what all to do, but still we don't do? Correct, no? Yeah. How many of you feel that, Prabhuji, मुझे क्या करना मालूम नहीं मुझे? Please raise the hand. अच्छा, you don't know? आपको मालूम नहीं क्या करना है? अभी तक सुना नहीं आपने? You are coming to this voice 1 year? 2 months only. Then it is all right. Oh, just now should. Okay. Then he is a good, candidate for that. So he can say, I do not know much. Correct, no? Somebody is totally new. Now you can know, after 1 year I will ask you. Now you know it. At that time, so there are a good number of people, they know what all to be done. How many of you heard Ambarish's famous sloka? Savaya mana Krishna pada Ravindyo. You should use your eyes to see Krishna. But do we see only Krishna with eyes? And we know what we see. Correct, no? You know that you should see Krishna with eyes, but we see many other things also. Correct, no? So the idea is, the mischievous nature should be given up. And that will be given up 2 ways, I told you. One is seva. And another one is hearing from those in whom you have deep respect. Correct, no? Now let us conclude. Now let us give the question.